Hi, everybody. It's Judy, your energy chef. Full of sunshine today. If you can see all the light behind me, we are in beautiful weather, and the sun is kind of back there, but we're going to deal with it. I'm so happy today to share with you another one of my gut and heart healthy recipes. So, you do know that food is so important. We enjoy food, the taste of it, the texture, the aroma. And so that we can enjoy great food without packing on harmful fats, harmful sugars, and high cholesterol. So you can have a healthy diet or lifestyle food plan and have it to be absolutely scrumptious. And so today, with popular demand, we are going to make our spider web pie. This is such a fun thing. Kids love to see it, and it's so fun to make. So we're going to start with our pie crust. So I just finished baking this pie crust. This pie crust is gluten-free, vegan, and actually full of vegetables. Well, I don't know. Do you consider pumpkin a vegetable or a fruit? I don't know. But this is just cool. Just took this out of the oven a few minutes ago. If you want the recipe for this, go on the YouTube channel, cardiowellnessgroup.com, and get the recipe to make the pie. Now, you don't need to make spider red pie with this crust. It's not imperative. It still is going to look good and taste good without this pie crust. But I used canned pumpkin today, and all together with the pumpkin in the crust and the pumpkin in the pie, it takes a can. So if you don't use this pie crust, you're going to have to think of something else to do with the pumpkin. I like to put it actually in my ice cube tray and freeze it, and then I can throw it in my shakes in the morning. So that's just an idea. There's so many things to do with pumpkin. Pumpkin is so versatile. We're going to talk about pumpkin in a moment. First thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to start with our blender, and we're going to actually use our wet ingredients first. Whenever you're working with a blender, you want to start wet to dry or heavy to light. It just blends up easier that way. So this is actually a cup of melted coconut oil. Now you may be saying to me, oh my gosh, a cup, I can't eat a cup of melted coconut oil. Well, actually, you shouldn't eat a cup of melted coconut oil, but that's for the whole pie. And so if you actually have 1/8 of a pie, you're having 2 tablespoons or a little bit more of coconut oil. And that's enough for a whole day. So this is not something you add on to an already fat-enriched diet. This is something that you use for special occasions. The next thing we're going to do is our pumpkin. Now this is canned pumpkin. You can use fresh pumpkin. I just didn't feel like cooking one this morning. This pumpkin is just pumpkin. When you're looking at your canned ingredients, make sure that the ingredients, it only say pumpkin. You don't need any added corn syrup or fillers or anything else. Just get canned pumpkin. So there's our canned pumpkin. And pumpkin actually is so good for heart health. Did you know that pumpkin has potassium in it, and that is good for blood pressure, and it supports heart health? And actually, pumpkin is full of fiber. It slows the rate of sugar absorption, and so it's good for promoting regular bowel movements. And I know you don't like to talk about that normally, but it is an important part of our digestive health. So, and it's so pretty anyway. Okay, next, last wet ingredient in our base is a teaspoon of vanilla. And I like to use real vanilla, not artificial vanilla. In artificial vanilla, normally there's added sugar, I know, but you gotta look, right? Next, we're going to do spices. You can just use a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice if you'd like, or you can use a mixture of ginger and cinnamon and other spices that are in your cabinet. Next, we want to use actually a half of a cup of dark cocoa. So you're probably looking at this saying, well, that picture of the spiderweb pie looked like it was dark and light. How come there's orange in here? Well, this cocoa is going to change it to dark, believe me. And this is unsweetened cocoa. I'm not on a sugar kick. Well, maybe I am. But unsweetened cocoa, good antioxidants. You know, we know how great chocolate is. It just is. A little bit of stevia. And that's my phone. So, hi, caller. Hopefully it will stop in a moment. I usually have it on silence. It's been a busy morning here. So forgive my phone if you would. Now we're going to have add actually what are we going to add here? See, I'm not, a teaspoon of stevia. This is stevia, a little bit of sugar. So thank you so much for stop ringing, phone. Hopefully you'll be quiet for the rest of our time together today. And I will promise I will call you back. You're probably watching me on this video and had a burning question. So if you do have a burning question, please tag Judy Feldhausen and I promise I will answer your questions. And or you can email me at judy@cardiowellnessgroup.com. So that is the basis of our pie, and we are going to just mix it together, and it's going to get loud in here. I am sorry, I haven't figured out a way to get a quiet blender. So anyone that would like to invent a quiet blender so I can talk and blend at the same time, I'll split the royalties with you, I promise. But in the meantime, hold your ears, it's going to get loud in here. But it doesn't take long, really. All it is, a few seconds in the blender for these ingredients, and now we just want to put it in our pie. You may be wondering, how to make a spider web? Well, I'll show you. It is a secret for now, but so fun. If you have kids, your kids will absolutely love to do it with you because, you know, you can make other designs besides spider webs too. So, oh my gosh, this looks absolutely awesome. So it's all mixed up. Let me just kind of clean off the sides here so we can put this in our pie. Now, I don't know about you, but I hadn't thought of putting chocolate and pumpkin together. But I think that chocolate goes with everything. So that's just my opinion. I don't know if any of you agree with me. Give me some love if you do. So here is our ingredients for our base. And you just want to mix it around a little bit and make it kind of smooth because we are actually going to put a topping on this to make our spider web. So I so appreciate everyone watching this, and I'm sorry I can't read the comments as I'm preparing, but I will get back to you with any of the questions that you have. So here is our base. So basically it's a pumpkin pie with chocolate, but it is going to be absolutely awesome. So the next thing we're going to do is make our web. So again, we want to put in our wet ingredients. And we have here, what do we have here? We have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. That's why I say you don't want to eat this like on a regular basis. And eat it on a day when you're not eating a lot of other fats. We also have an additional ½ teaspoon of stevia. And I don't remember last time I made it if it was too sweet or not. You might want to adjust it because stevia really, really, really goes a long way. I just had an epic fail with some bars I made, some sweet potato bars, which will be coming soon as soon as I can not have that epic fail. But it was so sweet. I just thought it needed some sugar, and it didn't need that much. So we're cutting back on the sweetener. Next is our almond milk. Now it says 2 to 3 tablespoons of almond milk. So we're going to put like 2 in here and see if it's going to be runny and or firm enough. And now here we have actually tapioca starch, and get all that tapioca starch. This is a ½ tablespoon of tapioca starch. And so tapioca starch, oh my gosh. So I had to sweep the floor twice today. So one thing about tapioca starch, tapioca flour, is that it's extremely fine. Tapioca starch is actually made from cassava root, and cassava root is also called yucca. It is extremely beneficial in a non-beneficial way. So it doesn't have a lot of vitamins or minerals or proteins, but what it does have, it has a firming ingredient, firming texture, so that it binds all the other ingredients together, and that will actually help your crusts, your other, wow, this is really thin. So we're going to have to add some more tapioca starch for this, because if you can notice, this is like water. I don't know if I put tablespoons instead of teaspoons. We'll have to look at that, but I've got to go get some more tapioca starch. So that it will work. So that's one thing about baking, is that you really have to kind of check your ingredients and work around things. Sometimes the best of us make mistakes. I'm really good at doing that. So it's okay. You just have to figure out what's going to work best for you. And this is still really, really runny. So it must have been tablespoons and not teaspoons. So I will make sure that on the YouTube channel, the correct amount is on there. So we're going to let that sit for a moment, because one thing about tapioca starch is it does thicken up. So excuse me while I go get my piping bag. So what I thought I would do today, instead of using a piping bag, I would actually use a plastic bag, because everyone doesn't have piping bags. And I want everyone to be able to benefit and to take advantage of being able to make simple recipes. Now, this particular recipe really has more ingredients than I normally use. If you follow along with me, you'll notice that most of the time we have 4 or 5 ingredients in our recipes. This one has, gosh, I think there was 7 in the crust and 6 or 7 in the base and 4 in the in the spider web here. So it's not thickening. So for ease of time, normally if I was doing this not live, I would warm it up a little bit, because when tapioca is warmed, it binds a little better. So let's see here if this is going to work. So this might not work, guys. Maybe we'll have to do this again another time. So we want to, you know what, maybe I should blend it like this. Maybe that'll help break down those starches. Hold on to your ears just for a minute. Okay, I'm back. Oh, yeah. Not the best, though. I don't know. I haven't made this for a long time. Gosh, well, probably since last year, right? So we want to put it in our piping bag. And now we're going to try to make our spider web. So wish us luck here that this is actually going to work. Looks like it's about the right consistency. If you can see, it's not quite the consistency of frosting, a little bit less than that. So let's see if this works. So we might have another, oops, we might have another epic fail here, guys. But that's what makes cooking fun, oops, and educational. So I just spilled all over. Did you see that? I just spilled all over the counter. So here we go. I think I'll bring it out of this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a tiny hole in here. Now I'm going to just make a circle with my piping bag. Whoops. And then we are going to take just any type of wooden skewer. This happens, I think this happens to be a chopstick. I don't know. But we're going to take that, put it in the center. I don't know if I can, I don't know if this will work if I do it this way. Take it in the center and draw it toward the outside. We need a little bit more. Toward the outside here. So. Okay, so we're going to take our skewer and we're going to move it toward the outside from the center to the outside, and you can put as many spider webs in there as you like. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll try to do about 8 on the other side. And there we go. So this is it, guys. This is the spider web pie. I don't know if you can see that. You want to cook it for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. And that's all there is to it. It looks the same when it's done as it does now, kind of like pumpkin pie with chocolate in it. So everyone, you have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your patience and for allowing me to fail. It wasn't an epic failure. It still looks absolutely great. And I can hear the oven is ready. So I'm going to put this in the oven. And in the meantime, you have a great day. And remember to enjoy the food you eat, to choose wisely, and remember to eat well today.